We are, in fact, going to be offering 14 solutions today in an effort to make this budget better for all New Yorkers. It was suggested earlier that this is really about us wanting it all, and that's really not the case at all. It was also suggested that this was negotiated and that this is going to create problems. Well, I would submit to you, watching carefully all of the budget negotiations, the media coverage of the budget negotiations, one thing was noticeably absent at the conclusion of all of these closed-door negotiations. The minority leader from the Senate was noticeably absent, as was the minority leader of the Assembly, leaving out half of the New Yorkers to have a very real voice in this process. You will note from our amendments that we'll be putting forth throughout the day, they do have a very real purpose. Their purpose is to help the most vulnerable. Their purpose is to provide real regulatory reform and mandate relief. Their purpose is to help the driving force behind New York State economy, and that is the small businesses. That is the purpose behind these amendments, and they are wise, they are well thought out, and they are appropriate, especially on the heels of very difficult economic times in this state. On this specific amendment, the very real result of these cuts, there's a small not-for-profit group in my district. The cut that they will endure as a result of, I think the number was 0.6% of the overall budget. Well, the impact on them will be a 5% cut. The cut to them will be more than the executive director makes. What is really going to happen here is a push toward larger providers and pushing out the smaller providers. Well, if you live in a major metropolitan area or a large urban or suburban setting, that may not matter. But when you live in rural, upstate New York, where the nearest center is 35, 40, 55, 65 miles away, to do away with these small providers will be devastating. So yes, is this a spending priority? Absolutely. But I believe it has been well said already. It is a spending priority that I dare say everyone in here agrees with and supports. So I would encourage a yes vote on this amendment as well as the others. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.